Well, here's something interesting that I'm very intrigued by. So, remember a time when we waited until the seventh round to get an offensive lineman? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Sure, it doesn't ignore the fact that we still need a center. It doesn't ignore the fact we still need a swing tackle. But maybe we're onto something with a guard. Guard spot is something we definitely needed to address. But Ben Barch was pretty much handed the job. Ben Barch was handed the job right there. But the only problem is, man, he can't stay healthy. So what really surprised me was the fact that when you saw Ben Barch injured, who went in to take first team reps now? It sure wasn't Nick Sakel. Because in the previous years, Nick Sakel probably would have been able to take the first team reps in case injuries happen. He would have been the backup. But things are changing. Now he's playing on the third team. So this is like a little bit of a surprise because I thought he would have been the favorite. I thought he would have been the obvious choice to take some reps in case this happens. But I guess what we saw in the preseason was Colby. He did so well. He did so well in the preseason where he had a pretty good grade. So with 21 snaps without giving up a sack, so not bad for a guy that we drafted in the 7th round, the 249 pick, So there was a lot of complaints going into the draft, like why we didn't address offensive line. We need to protect Brock Purdy, all this nonsense. I get it, man. That's what I was frustrated about. But the more you start watching Colby, man, he fits exactly the way we run our offense. He's a good run blocker. His pass blocking kind of seems intriguing. So maybe the more snaps he gets, the better. He comes from a very good college. A very good college who knows how to coach offensive line. They know how to block. They know how to get the job done. So anytime you draft an Iowa offensive lineman, more than likely they're going to be pretty damn good. So it doesn't matter if you get him in the late rounds or something like that, you still be able to develop this guy nicely. So Colby might be better than we expected, I thought maybe he probably was on the bubble to maybe be a reserve offensive lineman or at worst practice squad. But I think the way it looks like, if he continues this trend, and if Ben Barch can't be dependable, if he can't stay healthy, y'all better watch out for Colby, man. Colby he has the size, and he knows how to finish plays too. So I think there's something to like about him. So it's only a matter of time before you be shocked, man. But once it comes down to the roster cutdowns, we'll know whether Nick Sakel is around or not. It would be a bummer if this regime just trolled the crap out of us and still kept Nick Sakel. That would piss me off because the guy hasn't shown no improvement. He hasn't shown enough. I mean, I was hoping he would be our center over Jake Brendo, but it doesn't seem like they have that high hopes on this guy. So if you don't feel that way about him, you might as well just move on. Who cares if you had a good friendship with Brock Purdy, bro? Everybody has a way to be friends with everybody, bro. But if you're not the best player on the field, bro, or don't help us in any way, bro, you got to go. So Colby to me seems like a really good fit. This would be intriguing. You go into the season with a lot of the rookies playing, so that's going to be huge. Get a lot of young talent to step in and produce. So if Colby goes into season opener, if Ben Barch can't stay healthy before the regular season or something like that, and Colby continues getting better in practice and makes strides throughout the preseason, bro, don't be surprised if he is the opening day starter. It's kind of turning towards that direction. I mean, but Ben Barch, when healthy, he is a serviceable starter. It's just he can't stay healthy. So I think you're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But I just think it's surprising. Drew Moss is playing second team left guard. So Nick Sakel is moving up the third team, bro. Something tells me that there's a change coming up. So hopefully it's not them trolling us. Because if they keep Nick Sakel, bro, it's a joke. You need to keep these guys. So that's all I gotta say, man. I'm surprised, man. Months ago we were hoping to draft an offensive lineman, and we waited until the 7th round. We waited until almost the draft was over to get one. We finally got one, and it looks like he might just be a starter. Who knows, bro? So let me know what you guys think, man. But it looks like we got something here. We might have hit another diamond, guys. So we'll see what happens, man.